Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to talk about how to get things done. I don't know about most of you guys, but for me, I spent majority of my life procrastinating and I was never able to get things done. And it's been always a challenge for me to, when I get home or when I'm off, when I have free times, to start something, for example, to start my assignments and get them done on time, like before the deadline, or for example, to start a personal project and just get it done. And I think that it is something that majority of us struggle with. Otherwise we would all be successful and rich and be at the place that we want to be at. That is why today I want to talk about how to get things done. First, we want to start by breaking our tasks down. I know that it is very cliche and we always hear that break your tasks down, make them smaller, but we never actually do it. But I actually decided to give it a shot and to break my tasks down, and I'm telling you that it actually works. For example, I had a midterm 3 days ago, and the single thought that I have to solve those practice questions and also to do my assignments and review all of them and get ready for the exam was very challenging and very huge for me, and it was very overwhelming because when you think about that you have to solve practice questions and you have to do the assignment, it feels like a very huge task and also very time consuming. And we know that our mind always chooses the path that is easy and pleasurable, but studying, doing the practice questions and assignments, first of all, they're not easy, and second, they're not pleasurable. That is why our brain will just resist it. That is how I started procrastinating and I didn't do anything. Then I remembered that I have to break tasks down, so I decided to give it a shot. So I opened Notion and I choose the to-do list option from the Notion because it gives you like square boxes that you can check mark after you get that task done, and also you can write a description for it. So I wrote down solve one practice question. On the second line I wrote solve 3 practice questions. On the third line I wrote down finish the practice question, and also on this fourth line I wrote down that solve one question from assignment, and I moved on and I wrote all the tasks that I had to do in order for me to be able to finish the practice question and assignment before the exam. I decided to focus on that list, and the first thing was that to solve one practice question. Now that you look at your to-do list and it says that solve one practice question, it is so much easier for you to just start and do that. When you break it down, it becomes very easier for you because there is no confusion, and also you know that what is it exactly that you have to do. Because it is now a smaller task, your mind will have less resistance towards it because you don't fear that it's going to be something that it will take a lot of energy from your mind, because our mind is always trying to save energy for us because it is important for our survival. So after you broke down your task, the second thing that you can do is that you can use 5-minute rule. So the 5-minute rule is a productivity technique that helps you to do the things only for 5 minutes. So why 5 minutes? Because 5 minutes is a very short period of time, and your mind will not resist because it is just a very short period of time, because we are always scared of the things that take a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of effort. But if you say that I'm going to do it for just 5 minutes, it is going to become so much easier for you to get it done. So when you broke down your task, you set a timer for 5 minutes and you start doing that for 5 minutes, because starting is always the hardest part. Once you start, you're more likely to continue because of something called the Zeigarnik effect. The Zeigarnik effect says that our mind is always looking for closure. So if you start something and you leave it and you don't do anything about it, you're mostly going to think about it most of the times. After the 5 minutes, the flow will kick in and you are more likely to continue to do that even more. One more important reason is that when you break down your task and you do it for 5 minutes, because you have achieved something, your mind will release dopamine, and dopamine is a motivation chemical in our brain. So once it releases dopamine, you have more motivation to just move on and to do the things that you're supposed to do. So if you break down your tasks and also finish them and you achieve something, your mind will reward you with dopamine. So now you want to do that again and again, and you can actually get things done. So here is the 5-minute challenge for you. So now I want you to pick a task that you've been avoiding lately. Open the Notion or Google Docs and use the to-do list option and break that task down into smaller subtasks, and set a timer for 5 minutes and start with the first and smallest task. And after that, your brain will release dopamine, and dopamine is the motivation chemical and it helps you to get going. That is all I got for today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next videos.